Hello, in this video I'd like to talk about how to create a scatter plot and fit an exponential or logarithmic model to the data. So I'm going to highlight the cells where my data is, and then I'm going to insert a scatter plot. And here there are a few things you can do. So if you're on the chart design tab, you can add a chart element like axes. So the horizontal axis here, this is demand. And then I can also add the the vertical axis. And this would be price in dollars. And then you can either add a chart title or you could remove this. But to add the trend line, I'm going to click on a dot. So I'm going to right click and then click on add trend line. And you have a couple of choices over here. For this model, I'm going to choose logarithmic. And not only can I choose logarithmic, but I can also display the equation on the chart. So that model I'm going to write down, it's negative 5,634 natural log of x plus 30,491. Now it doesn't quite look logarithmic, but it is, and you could add more data points and kind of see the curvy nature of this as well. But let's pause there for a moment. Okay, so I come over here to my chalkboard area and I've written down the model, and I've just written a reminder that X is demand and Y equals price. In fact, you might even want to call them D and P as the variables in your model. But we're going to answer two questions at this point. The first question we want to answer is, what is the price when demand equals 100? And so again, demand is our X variable. So X equals 100. So let's look at the situation for this. We have Y equals negative 5,634 natural log of X, which we said is 100, plus 30,491. To compute this, I am going to use technology. I don't expect you to do this by hand. And so I'm going to show this using Wolfram Alpha. Okay, so I've pulled up Wolfram Alpha over here and I've started typing in my model. So I've got negative 5,634 times the natural log of 100 plus 30,491. And when I hit enter, I get an answer which is about 4,545. Now for the next problem, it says find demand. So we want to find X when price, which is Y, equals 1,000. So let's set up that model. My model is Y equals, so in this case 1,000 equals negative 5,634 times natural log of X plus 30,491. So I can go through and simplify this a little bit with some hand calculations. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 30,491 from both sides. So on the left-hand side, that's going to give me a negative 29,491. And on the right-hand side, negative 5,634 natural log of X. I'm solving for X, so to continue to peel off numbers that are attached to X, I need to divide by this negative 5,634. I'll do that on both sides. And at this point, I'm going to get involved in some decimals. And I don't want to lose any digits of precision in my problem. So instead of typing this in and rounding off and then getting rounding errors, I'm going to head right to technology at this point because I don't want to round off in the middle of my problem. So here I've brought up Wolfram Alpha again, and I'm going to say solve natural log of x is on one side, and then on the other side of my equation I've got a negative 29491 divided by negative 5634. So I get an exact answer here, which looks a little bit bizarre, and I can also get an approximate answer of about 187.63. I'm solving for demand, so it's like the number of shirts or the number of hot dogs or whatever. So I'm going to round that to 188. So here I'm going to say x is approximately 188, whatever you're working with, shirts, hot dogs, whatever.